Ooh, interesting question. I technically don't manage the group. I manage the artist development program for them. So they are an amazing group of performers, youth performers, who we train in singing and dancing, and then they perform virtually, and they also perform live. I'm just so grateful to help guide these young performers and support them as they develop strong skills and confidence in their skills and in themselves. I just got very grateful for this opportunity. It's a blast.
So you said you worked for the program. How did you come to work with that program?
I completed an internship during because I was bored out of my mind. So I did an internship with them just to learn more about, at that time I was helping to produce their online concert series. And then, after the internship wrapped up, luckily they reached out to me and offered me this position. And it's been such a dream. It's amazing.
How did you hear about the position?
Indeed.
Wow, Indeed.
I
was like, at first I was like, that's a weird answer. Why didn't she just say Indeed? And then I'm like, oh, Indeed, the website.
Yeah, I wasn't really active in that space in music. I was active in it in Australia for a bit because I studied it. But in Toronto, I had no experience with it. So I was just looking for anything I could get my hands on that would be interesting and fun to learn. And this opportunity came along, thankfully.
Can you explain the group? It's sort of like a legacy group where people sort of have a little time with it and then they move on, or they stay as long as they can. And then is it also touring too? They go around to schools and things?
Yeah, they do. They don't do, I don't know if they do schools. I don't handle the artist activities as much as I do like our actual artist training.
Gotcha.
It's quite a big structure, but they've gone on tour in the States. They have original music. They were Juno nominated in 2020. Right. They just work really, really hard. They have very positive messages, and they're a blast to train. Like they're really, really great.
So I have a quick question, given that we're often talking about acting and performing, and we talk a lot about training as well. When you see those performers come into your program and into your training program, what are some things that you see that lend them to success, or how would you describe the people that do really well versus the people that don't continue or don't absorb the training as much?
Yeah, I think it's so interesting how, I think a lot of people think this industry is really based on talent or luck, or just like natural ability. But in my experience from especially watching, just with myself, it's all about just putting in the time, right? Performance is a muscle, whether it's dance, singing, acting. It's all, the more you work it out, the better you'll be. So just having, encouraging performers to put the time in, and make sure they're having fun while they're doing it so that they enjoy it when they're older is key.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Love
answer.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's 100%. And I used to think the same thing too for a long time. And we've talked about this on the podcast. I got into stand-up, and then sort of that led to sketch comedy, dinner theater, improv type stuff. And then that leads to commercials, leads to acting. But I had never gone through an encompassing acting training program until I'd often done workshops and sort of day seminars and piecemeal programs, but never one full program. And so it was weird. For a long time, I wore all the success I had without proper training as a badge of honor, and was kind of like cocky about it. Like, look at how good I'm doing, and I don't know what I'm doing kind of thing, where it's like, not that I didn't know what I'm doing. I obviously had a sense of it and had done a lot of training. But now, after going deeper in training, it's sort of that idea of you don't know what you don't know. And the more you train and the more you learn and the more you grow, the better you're going to be. And you're just going to unlock parts of you that you didn't even know existed. That's kind of what I'm going through right now, where I'm like, I feel now, I didn't even know. If I think back to like 7 years ago or 10 years ago as an actor, like I didn't even know what my job was to do. Like I thought I was like, just go out there. Hey, yeah. Because I came from a stand-up background where it was just like, okay, just be big, be loud, be a big goof. And that's it. But it's two very different things, stand up and even the stand up that I was doing. If I think back about it now, I would just cringe. I'm so glad. Sometimes I flip through old notebooks and I'm like, rip, nope, never going to talk about that again. It's like, or I should cancel myself by things I might have said in 2009, before someone ever finds video of it. Yes, but did I just incriminate myself? Did I just I got canceled by talking about something that I might have said in the past? Yeah. Anyways, who knows? It's a weird world right now. It's a weird world.
Cops bang on his door. Floors, open up.
What the hell? You just heard you on a podcast, buddy. You said something.
We were tuning in like every Monday night.
Stupid in your 20s.
You thought we weren't gonna hear about your podcast every 6 p.m. Monday night? You're wrong.
It's just the algorithm listening right now and then just hearing the right combination of words and sending it to the appropriate law enforcement division.
Every time you say the algorithm, I always think of like this internet octopus that has like tentacles going every direction. Like,
that's my dream role, is to play the algorithm.
The algorithm octopus?
Not just like any algorithm. It's a specific algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm.
Yeah. Good. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
I'm going up for an algorithm, and I didn't want there to be any competition. So
an algorithm.
Okay. Yeah,
I like that.
I think they're different projects, so I think you're good. Yeah.
We can do a little cross collab eventually.
Yeah.
Algorithm.
I like the idea of a guy named Mr. Algorithm. Great to meet you, Mr. Algorithm. Good to see you, Al. Yeah.
Nice to see you again, Al. How's the rhythm?
Like, it's actually a guy. Like, oh, I'm Algorithm.
And
You're
they're like,
the guy?
It's you. This whole time, it's just been one guy.
Some guy in Florida, like
some guy typing furiously the whole time. Holy shit!
Oh my gosh!
This thing gets way more complicated every week. Yeah, that's funny. I like
it's
that.
always growing.
There's just one guy, Algorithm. It's like, man, this is difficult. All this time, you're like, oh, I thought it was a computer program. Well, yeah. Who do you think makes the computer program? Algorithm. Somebody's got to make it. Didn't make itself. It's just him. Shit, this algorithm is getting away from us.
This is great. We should be pitching this to Netflix. Netflix is probably watching, so this is.
Yeah, they're listening. It's already in production.
It's in the algorithm.
Yeah.
This is the writers' meeting. We're now. This is a Laughing Vikings production meeting right now. You hear that, Netflix?
We're in the pitch room now.
Right. They say it's going to be the next Ted Lasso meets Black Mirror. Ted Lasso meets Black Mirror.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Nice.
I would watch that.
Done. That's all you got to say, is just name two things that are awesome, and then be like, "Oh, okay."
You're like, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand them a script. It's a little complicated. Just say 2 shows. They're like, got
2
it.
shows.
Now I get it.
Now I get it.
Lasso, Black Mirror. Okay.
Oh.
It's called Algorithm, where the algorithm is a real guy named Algorithm. And he works at a small tech office in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
So Black Mirror, Ted Lasso, Silicon Valley.
The Office.
The Office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meets The Office.
Mhm.
With a hint of Spielberg mixed in there, and a little bit of Scorsese.
Good.
And a tiny bit of Sopranos and Game of Thrones.
We're trying to appeal to all of the audience.
Then there's a dash of Breaking Bad. And
This sounds good. Good. That's good. I like it. I like it. What else? Is there a musical and maybe a little bit of Masked Singer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And some TikTokers.
Yeah.
And a healthy dose of TikTok and Instagram Reels.
And we're going to use the Friends theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Everyone
Selena
knows
Gomez will be covering it.
Yes.
Right.
And
many of the featured actors in Seinfeld will be featured in specific roles.
Which is actually just them reprising their original roles.
Yes.
Exactly.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. Meets Seinfeld revival. Yeah. That's good.
I'd watch this.
I'd watch it. I'm pretty good. With a little bit of Marvel and DC Comics and Spider-Man.
Oh,
there.
wow.
A healthy dose.
The budget's getting bigger and bigger now. All right.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And with the pop culture sort of sweeping the nation virality of Squid Games meets Tiger King. Did we just describe that's the perfect
That's
pitch?
the
I feel like what
perfect-
we just
yeah.
described is if the algorithm were to pitch its own script to Netflix, that would be like, well, yeah, stamp, let's do it.
I mean, who's going to say no to algorithm?
Say no to that. Just
Yeah.
say no and be the idiot who doesn't make that show.